If you've watched enough of my videos, you know that one of the favorite things that I like to smoke up is tri-tip. And I generally have a preferred way to do it out on the Weber Kettle called the 110 sear method. But today I'm gonna do it a little bit differently. We're gonna take a couple 2.5 pound tri-tips, season them up with a really nice rub. We're gonna smoke them up out on the Camp Chef Pellet Grill. And trust me, it's gonna be some terrific tri-tip. So here we've got 2 tri-tips. Each one is right at 2.5 pounds, and that is fantastic because then I can just put a probe in one of them and I'll count it for both. I don't have to probe each of them. And when we hit that internal temperature I want, they're both gonna be ready. First thing I wanna do is I wanna do a little trimming here. You can see we got some silver skin. Just wanna get under and get the big parts of this. Try not to lose too much of the surface meat. We'll lose a little bit. And I'm not going to get every tiny little bit of the silver skin off. I'm just going to try and get as much as I can. And then we're also going to take off any big old pieces of fat or things that are just hanging there. And then we're just going to get in here and take off some of the excess hard fat. Now you don't have to take all this fat off, but when I'm doing tri-tips, I like it to be just a little bit leaner on the outside. I don't like a big fat cap. It's not on there long enough to render any of this, especially the really hard fat. So I like to get it down as much as possible. And again, I'm not going to get every little piece off. Now if you want to, this is good fat to save and freeze if you're going to be grinding burgers and you're using a lean cut for your grind and you need to add some fat. This fat works well, fat that you trim from brisket. I'm not a competition cook, so I don't trim it down that much, and I wouldn't know how to. You can see I got a little bit of extra rub already stuck on here from a video I just did. I didn't wipe my tray down enough. So we're getting some extra rub. One doesn't look bad on this side. All right, these are looking good. Let's get some rub on these. And the rub I'm gonna be using today is a Sunrise Cowgirls coffee rub. This is from Fresh Jack's. I bought a bunch of their seasoned salts and they saw that and said, hey, can we just send you this new rub we're making? I said, sure. So it's good. It's got a little bit of that coffee flavor, and if you've seen enough of my videos, you know I love using coffee in certain rubs, especially in beef rubs. I think it goes really well. This also has a little bit of a kick. So we're gonna go ahead and get a good coating on both of these tri-tips. There's some nice aromatics with this rub. It's just as you're shaking it, really good scent coming off of it. And I've already tried this rub on some beef in a test recipe. I like it. And if you've never tried a coffee-based rub, give it a try. This one isn't overpowering on the coffee flavor if that's not your thing. I just really find that coffee helps bring out some good flavor in beef. All right, those are looking good to me. Let's get them out on the grill. All right, the Camp Chef Woodwind WiFi is up to temp. I've got it set at 250 degrees at a number 4 smoke setting. Now this is the grill that Camp Chef sent to me and I really appreciate it, and I've been using it and loving it. So let's go ahead and get these tri-tips on. Let's get this closed up and get smoking. So instead of searing these tri-tips like I normally would near the end, I'm taking them to 130 internal, and that will be the end. That'll be finished. Now I'm using my ThermoWorks smoke probe for temping these. The Camp Chef does come with temperature probes you can plug into the controller, but for those really precise things, I really trust my ThermoWorks, so that's what I'm using today because I want to hit that 130. I'm smoking these with hickory pellets today, and once these are finished, we're gonna wrap them, let them rest, and we're gonna make a nice little sauce to go with them. So I'll see you back here when we get close to the 130 internal. All right, we've been going for 90 minutes and we just hit 129 degrees. So by the time I quit yakking here, we'll be at 130 internal, which is the target temperature. So let's see how we're doing. Really nice color on them. Even without a sear, this is just fantastic. This is the way I've seen it before when I tested this recipe. All right, we're gonna get these off, but we have one more thing to do here as soon as I get these off. So those tri-tip are gonna go inside, get covered with foil and rest for about half an hour. But while the grill shuts down, I'm gonna put a little ramekin filled with 4 tablespoons of butter on there because I didn't say it before, this butter balsamic sauce, it's gonna be smoked. So we're gonna let that butter melt in here for probably 5 minutes while it gets some smoke and the grill shuts down. So I'll see you inside with this melted butter. We'll get our sauce made as we wait for those tri-tips to just rest for a little bit. All right, our tri-tip has been resting for about 20-25 minutes now, so let's get this smoked balsamic butter sauce made. Did I say smoked butter balsamic sauce? Balsamic butter sauce? I guess it doesn't really matter. We got some smoke in the butter, so let's see. So we're gonna add these 4 tablespoons of melted butter. And I just want to get a quick taste before we add anything else to see how much smoke flavor we picked up. Because remember, smoke loves moisture, and we've got moisture here with the butter, those smoke particles. Let's see if we captured any of them. We actually did. We got a good amount there. That's hickory. You know, that would be good on popcorn. I'm gonna have to try that. All right, to this, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. I'm just gonna mix it up a bit. Not gonna get fully blended here like an emulsion. I did a video on an easy appetizer where you can make sort of a dipping sauce for bread with balsamic vinegar and olive oil. It's kind of similar to this, but doesn't have the smoke flavor. All right, that's ready. Let's get our tri-tip out here. I hope you can see just the gorgeous color on this. It's different than the color you get searing. You're not getting char marks, but you're getting sort of a really nice deep red on here. Nothing left to do but cut into this. Now, tri-tip has grain that sort of twists. It goes this way here, and then it twists over here. So I always like to make my first cut straight across here. You get most of the cross grain. So let's see how we did. Oh yeah, that is what I'm looking for. Oh, nice. Very juicy, as you can see. We've got that medium rare there. I like that pinkness. So let's cut some slices. Now, tri-tip, if you want really thin slices and you're gonna use it for sandwiches or something, I actually like to chill it down first, get it solid, because you can get some really thin slices if you don't have a meat slicer, you just have sort of a sharp knife. But we're not gonna wait that long. We'll do our best here. Oh yeah. All right, I'm gonna plate some of this up with our smoked balsamic butter sauce because it's time to taste. So when I said plate it up, I meant plate it up on a clean cutting board here. So let's cut in and have a taste. One of the things about tri-tip that I always love when I get it cooked just the way I want, just like this, it's the tenderness. Let's see. That's fantastic. Oh man. Good flavor on the meat, especially with that Sunrise Cowgirl coffee rub. Works great with beef, perfect on this. But that balsamic butter sauce on this, perfect, just perfect. It's got just enough richness to it with that butter and just that sweet bite from the balsamic. Love it. So yes, I usually like to make my tri-tip on the Weber Kettle with charcoal, but you can get a terrific tri-tip any way you cook it. If you take it to the right temperature that you like, give it an extra special sauce at the end there, something like this butter balsamic sauce with a little bit of smoke added. This is one I'll definitely make again.